enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few. Following St. Augustine, the early authors have an understanding of what is referred to as the Massa Damnata, the great mass of the lost. The Calvinists took to an extreme logical but illogical conclusion the thought pattern of St. Augustine and went into a double predestination, one of which is awful in its consequences. No, the Lord is wanting and offering always grace of salvation, but he will not boss, and that is the problem. We presume too much. We have had many warnings in recent times regarding this presumption. Some years ago, a newly ordained Indian priest, Father Joseph Maniangat, was on his way to celebrate Holy Mass, and he was involved in a fatal accident on his motorbike, and he saw the beyond, heaven, hell and purgatory. With regard to hell, he saw even priests down there and bishops, and was given to understand that one thing that got them there was bad teaching, leading the flock astray. Does that sound familiar? But he was also shown some grave sins that particularly solicit people's immortal souls and brings them to that place if they died in that state without repentance. I saw people whom I knew, but I am not allowed to reveal their identities. The sins that convicted them were mainly abortion, homosexuality, euthanasia, hatefulness, unforgiveness, and sacrilege. The angel told me that if they had repented, they would have avoided hell and gone instead to purgatory. The reading from the book of Genesis today describes the way in which Sodom was hateful to the Lord, the abomination of the sin which has taken its name until the end of time, and which still cries to heaven. We need to be careful when pandering to the desires of people who think that by pressure we can influence thought. We can influence thought by pressure, just as the Nazis could and the communists could, by torture, by a sort of brainwashing. But it is not altering unchanging truth, for that is not within our power. What is unchanging truth? Essentially, ontologically, it is none less than the Logos, the Word. In the beginning was the Word. The second person of the Blessed Trinity is the self-understanding of the Eternal Father, a person. And that person, we are told in the Gospel of St. John, is the one who is to judge the living and the dead. And do you think that he is swayed by popular opinion? No. 1 second after death, every soul, no matter what its position and its orientation, is faced nuda cruda with what it is before him, before whose penetrating gaze nothing human or demonic can flee, ever. And he is not swayed by pressure. neither is he taught by man. He is the eternal teacher, and the role of man, as of every creature, including the demon, is to bow the knee and recognize authority. It is the teacher who has authority to teach, not the disciple. And should it ever happen that a disciple should try to do that in a position of authority, then all the greater is that disciple's responsibility for leading others astray. Hence it is this vision, this sight, that good Father Joe was given of pastors in hell. And he was quite surprised to see some of them there. He never thought that would be their end. Nor can we, by blessing a situation, make it better. That only colludes. One cannot bless a sin. Nor is it healthy to give an indirect and repeated message that all are saved. It only adds to the problem that no one realizes the risk. The Lord, by opening the veil to these who have had terrible accidents and miraculously have been brought back to life, these are for our time. They have actually been there for centuries in different places and different forms, but they're perhaps more frequent in our day because of medical skill. And they do, by the way, also indicate that when there is brain death, the soul carries on and is not dependent on its functioning at that point on the brain. Therefore, even science indicates that objectively, those who try to argue away the beyond by materialistic thought that all depends on matter are being disproven by the very tool that they are using. Right now, objective, balanced, scientific research indicates that the soul, once ignited, will never, ever, ever, ever cease to be. Jesus.